Get ready to witness the next generation of hoop stars as they showcase their skills, passion, and determination on the hardwood. We are live at the Tanduay Gym in Manila City, and we welcome you to the one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League. And for our games today, we'll be having 5 games of 21 and under action on your way, but we'll begin with first game 1 of a best-of-3 quarterfinal series matchup between the 5th-seeded Biñan Tatak, the Pasig Servants, 5th-seeded, going up against Biñan Tatak, who are placed at the 4th seed. But again, we also have the juniors division later on, 2 games for our juniors division, both do-or-die matchups, so make sure to stay tuned on our social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube, for our live streams of our games. So good morning, everybody. My name is Cholo Pangilinan, covering the action with Kyle Sanchez and CJ Ang on the sidelines. Good morning to you, Kyle.
Good morning, Cholo. A lot of important games happening here today at the Tanduay Gym as we are deep in the playoffs, so I can't wait to get this started.
Again, indeed important, as the 5th-seeded Pasig Servants will go up against the Biñan Tatak, who is placed at the 4th seed. And before we head into a game first, let's first talk about the last time they meet during the eliminations match, which was way back in September, where fortunately for Biñan, they won only 3 points against the Pasig Servants.
Yes, that's right, Cholo. That was a 67-64 win for the Biñan Tatak over the Pasig Servants. That was way back in September 15. As you mentioned, a lot can happen in 3 months, so we'll see if both teams have made any adjustments, as this will be a very important matchup heading into as we head into the semifinals, the finals, and of course the championship rounds here in the Junior MPBL D-League.
And certainly, again, the seedings of both the teams really doesn't have much big of a gap. Literally, it's only 5th seed going up as a 4th seed, so definitely an intense matchup. But right now, I believe it's time to turn it over to our venue announcer, Gio Cruz, for the start of our ball game.
MPBL D-League, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. We're live here at Tanduay Athletics Gym here in Manila City. It's the South Division quarterfinals, game 1 of the best-of-3 series, featuring Biñan Tatak and Pasig Servants. Now let us meet the starters first from Biñan Tatak. Starting guard number 29, John Panelo. Other guard number 31, Levin Malaka. At forward number 17, Jello Alonte. Other forward number 25, Johan Macalintal. And at center number 10, Alonso Garcia. Head coach is Mark Arzola, assisted by Alan Mangahas, team manager Almer Almazora. And now let us meet the starters from the Pasig Servants. Starting guard number 19, Ron Dagdagan. Other guard number 20, Jid Intano. At forward number 8, Von Roldan. Under forward number 17, CJ Mesias. And man in the middle, number 36, 30 Maliaga. Head coach is Jay Cruz, assisted by Deo Flores, Arvin De La Peña, Paulo Martinez, Vic Aguilar, Jeremiah Santos. Team manager Elizabeth May Cruz. Our game officials, crew chief Nino Perez, umpire 1 Raymond Madera, and umpire 2 Ronaldo Batango. This is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League Playoffs, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
And our do-ride bola ng Pinoy team starters. For Biñan, it's Panelo, Malaka, Alonte, Magalintal, and Garcia. And for Pasig, it's Intano, Dagdagan, Roldan, Mesias, and Malaga. And again, this is game 1 of a best-of-3 quarterfinal series matchup. Once again, the 4th-seeded Biñan Tatak going up against the 5th-seeded Pasig Servants. And Biñan, just again, what we mentioned in the pre-game, winning by 3 points against Pasig way back during September 15. And again, it was a close game. Safe to say, both teams evenly matched, at least during that day. But for now, we're seeing a lot of additional players for Pasig. And for Biñan, I believe they're missing a couple of players So that's going to be a lot of implications heading deeper into the game.
That's right. That was definitely a close ball game in their previous matchup 3 months ago. Even looking at the stats from that game, no, even from the field goals to the rebounds, the free throws they shot, they were pretty much even. No, it was just the breaks of the game towards the end of the fourth quarter, which led to that Biñan win. And prior to this game, a technical free throw was shot by Biñan. I'm not really sure what happened there.
A good thing for Pasig that did not go in. Right now, we're looking this first possession for Pasig. Intano, no good at the first shot. They get it back. Mesias, that's good for the former CSB Greenie.
Oh, great job there. CJ Mesias putting himself in position for that offensive rebound. Personally, I've been seeing this kid rather, work on his game. Kapitbahay ko to. So I would see him sa weight room and sa court, no? Just trying to improve, and it's showing right now on the court.
2-0. No good from Malacca. Mesias grabs the rebound, and here comes Intano. They set up the offense again. Roldan to the other side. Dagdagan will try. He gets fouled on the act of shooting. 2 freebies will be given to Rowan Dagdagan.
Pasig is off to a good start right now, moving that ball well. Biñan just a step slow on defense, and they are missing a few players right now, but I'm sure the coaching staff has prepared these boys well for them to be able to perform here today.
First freebie is good for Dagdagan. Second one on its way. 2 out of 2 so far for Dagdagan. Third one on its way. A chance to put his team up by 5. 5-0. As we have almost a minute passing by in our first period, he'll miss the third one. And here comes Biñan securing a possession. Panelo handles the basketball. Again, a lot of key players not present for them, but we'll expound that in a bit. I believe we have CJ Ang on the sidelines to give us a report later, but that time it's going to be a turnover for Biñan. So still no field goal for the Tatak Gel. 4-0. Pasig on top. Intano to the right side. They try from deep. That won't hit. They try to get it back, but rebound is taken by Makalintal. Malacca on the run. He rises up for a shot. Still not falling for Biñan. Intano once again to the cutting Mesias, but he'll lose it. It looks like possession will go actually to Biñan.
Oh yes, no, after that ball was tipped, CJ Mesias still tried to get the leather, and fortunately he tapped it last.
Here comes Alonte for Biñan at the left side. They swing it to the right side. Panelo now has it. He'll pull up from the elbow. Still not falling in for Biñan, but there seems to be a call. But that's against Biñan, so it'll go to Pasig.
It will be interesting to see who will step up for this Biñan team.
So that's already 2 team fouls for Biñan to start the game and no field goals. So hopefully that's not a sign of bad things to come. Intano brings it down for Pasig. They swing it around to the left side. Back to Intano. He'll fire for 3. Won't hit. Rebound by Panelo. Forward pass to Malacca. Almost out of bounds. He saves it. Panelo, it's back to him. High pickup. Puts one up. Gets blocked. Makalintal regathering inside the paint. Swarmed by 2 defenders. And that's foul. That's a foul called on CJ Mesias.
Tal will finally get a chance to put his team on the board with these 2 free throws. And Biñan, the slightly undersized team, no? On average, the players of Pasig slightly taller, and they have more players on their bench right now, which could be a huge factor as the game goes on. For Biñan naman, at least lahat most likely makakalaro for Biñan, and that will at the very least put all of their players into a rhythm here today if they're able to get some minutes.
And again, that's because some key players for Biñan really did not show up today because of prior commitment. So that's going to be one implication. And again, Makalintal is, I believe, is the only true big in this Biñan roster for this game. As we see CJ Messias getting fouled, it's his turn now to shoot 2 from the line.
It's refreshing to see itong si Messias a lot more aggressive than when I first covered his game. And as we see, he got that offensive rebound off his own miss. Not to be denied, he will take 2 free throws. And this is one of the things I think his father, Coach Mark Messias, wanted to address, yung aggressiveness nito ni CJ. He has the tools to be a very good player. He's tall, he's long, he has long arms, long legs, and he's athletic in his own right. It just has to be a mindset switch for him to be more aggressive on the floor, not rely too much on his teammates.
This time, Biñan. Still no field goal for them. But that's going to be free throws nevertheless, as they have 1 point so far. So not the start you want if you're Coach Mac or Zola. But then again, nevertheless, Biñan will take all the points they could get.
And if you're a Pasig, you still don't want to underestimate this Biñan team. They may be undermanned and undersized right now, but you can't count out these boys of Coach Mac. Of course, they have Coach Alimangas on their sideline as well. So you know that they've been prepared very well, regardless of any obstacles that they may have to overcome here today against Pasig.
First one is good for 3rd D Malacca, playing for Perpetual Help Biñan. Second one on its way for the Perpetual Saint. 2 out of 2 for 30. Meanwhile, Messias sends it out. One more try from deep. Still won't hit. Dagdagan try to save it. Makalintal try to save it for his team. And it's successful. It will go to Biñan. So again, still no field goal for Biñan, but they have a chance to finally get on board. Levin Malacca to the other side. Jello Alonte drops it to Makalintal. Makalintal loses it, goes out of bounds, turns the ball over to Pasig.
The ball went off of his own foot as he tried to spin towards the baseline. Still not in a good rhythm right now, offensively at least, itong Biñan.
Pasig only up by 1. Dagdagan to Intano. Messias was asking for it. Intano has the blitz on him. Finds Dagdagan. He'll try for a 3 again. Still won't hit. And a foul will be called. I believe that's on 3rd D Malaga. Possession will go to Biñan. And a platoon substitution for Coach Jay Cruz, as we're seeing 4 players enter the court. I believe that's 5. 5 players on the court, namely Hinogin, Cruz, Bayani, Año and Anabo. The luxury of Pasig that I believe Biñan doesn't have for this game. Meanwhile, there's a turnover. Malacca try to drop it to the cutting teammate. Hinogin in transition, counter steal by JP Panelo. Panelo, no good on the shot. Great defense from Anabo. But possession will stay with Biñan Tatak Gel.
The ball hit Anabo's jersey as it was going out of bounds on that previous play. Garcia wasn't looking. He thought his teammate was going to shoot that ball on the roll. You always have to be ready to receive a pass, and he makes up for that previous turnover.
Finally, the first field goal of Biñan in this game, courtesy of Garcia, puts Biñan up by 1. Bayani will attack. Russell will lose the basketball. Makalintal forward pass. Panelo in transition. Back-to-back baskets for Biñan.
Just like that, Biñan, even though they started a bit slow, they already have a 3-point lead.
Meanwhile, Anabo no good on the shot. Alonte will bring it down, but steps on the brakes. Trying to find a teammate, finds Makalintal. Backing down inside the paint, sends it out. Garcia, Alonte again. Will use the pick. Will send it inside, but overcooks that shot.
Oh, that pass was just too high. Garcia could not reach it in time.
David Cruz will fire for 3. David Cruz from downtown.
Biñan Tatak is in a 2-3 zone right now, but no one stopped the man with the ball. David Cruz, great decision right there to pull up from 3.
That's the first three-pointer of the game. First bucket of the game, rather, for the current CSB Blazer. Meanwhile, Anabo. No good for him. 2 freebies coming up for the current Adamson Falcon.
Well, that's right. We do have some players with current collegiate experience. As we saw that previous three-pointer by David Cruz. David Cruz, isa pa to. Nakikita ko pag pumapasok ako sa gym, he's already there lifting weights. And you can tell, no, he's been improving a lot, and even his shot has gotten a lot better.
And if you're talking about a shot, that's good. This guy has it, Emmanuel Anabo. First one is good for him. Puts up Pasig by 1. Second one on its way for Anabo. 2 out of 2 for him. And a 2-point lead for the Servants. Meanwhile, Angot fades away, decides to pass to Makalintal. He puts one up. Great footwork coming from Makalintal. And he ties the game up at 9. Meanwhile, Cruz to Hinogin. He'll try from deep. And he'll hit with that lucky bounce.
Well, finally, Pasig gets a 3-pointer to drop. David Cruz hit one earlier, and Nogi this time following up on another one.
Alonte to the corner. Panelo for 3. Able to answer back with his own triple. And just like that, we have another tied game at 12. David Cruz puts one up. No good for David. Rebound by Angot. In transition, here comes Tatak Gel. Angot, no good on that attempt. This time it's Pasig's turn. David Cruz back to Bayani. He'll attack and he'll score.
Well, that's just great passing there on offense. You want to make it as easy as possible, and that type of ball movement is going to make it difficult for Biñan to catch up, at least defensively. Great decision there from David Cruz to give it up to his cutting teammate.
This time it's Biñan. Makalintal attacking. Makalintal. That won't count, but I believe indeed there is a foul for sure. We'll take another look again. A little too late for Makalintal nonetheless. Possession will stay with them. 14 to shoot for Tatak Gel. Tria coming into the ball game will trigger the inbound. Outside find Peralta against Bayani. Makalintal again at the elbow. Will try to hand it off. He does. Panelo pull up. That's good for JP Panelo.
Panelo, one of the players who played very well in their previous matchup 3 months ago.
David Cruz, elbow jumper. No good for David. Rebound by Angot. And a foul will be called on Pasig. That's going to be team foul number 4. Oh, not only number 4, I believe that's going to be penalty. As Biñan will have a chance to take the lead. So far, Coach Macarzolo's boys holding their own despite a depleted lineup for today's game. And at the line, it's Angot. First points of the game. He'll get it from the free throw line. He averages close to 5 points per game and 5 rebounds. Certainly will look to contribute even more, as again, they're lacking a legit big for this game. At least another legit big, aside from Johan Makalintal.
That's right. Biñan will have to play undersized here today, and whatever averages these players have been contributing throughout the season, kailangan nilang dagdagan yun for this matchup.
And here they go. The guy you've been seeing practice his game, CJ Mesias hits a 3. Panelo, what a move. Escapes his defenders, but turns the ball over. David Cruz manning the point guard. Hinogin will try from deep. No good for Jevy. Rebound picked up by Makalintal. Panelo in transition. Panelo off the window basket and one.
David Cruz got caught swiping at the basketball there. Panelo aggressive to the basket, not allowing the defense to set up as we see that pound-for-pound fitness foul counted play of the game.
So far, it's 9 points for JP Panelo. Certainly one of the guys to stand out for Biñan. At least he has to stand out given the circumstances, as he's the first player as well to score double figures in this game. Exactly 10 points for him.
Tough to stop on the open floor, very fast, even with the ball. Really had to put a man on him.
Hinogan has nowhere to go. Bayani inside, the reverse, that's good for Russell.
Russell Bayani may be a bit undersized for his position, but he sure knows how to maneuver inside the paint. Great footwork there.
And he is a former MVP in our junior MPBL in the 18 and under division.
Kaya pala familiar, yes, that's right.
Yeah, he played for Mandaluyong.
Oh, no wonder he seems familiar.
Yeah. 1 second remaining. Hinogan wasn't aware of the time. Nevertheless, we'll end our period with a 21-19 score. Biñan on top only by 2 points, as we still have an eternity of basketball to be played. It's still anybody's ball game. And we'll be back for our second period. Once again, this is the one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League.
Mga kaliga, patuloy pa rin kayong nakatutok dito sa Junior MPBL D-League Game 1 ng playoffs. Head coach of the Pasig Servants, Coach J. Cruz, said that SJ Moore and Diamante will not be playing in today's game due to a prior commitment. At ito nga ang main struggle ni Coach J dahil hindi sila school-based team. Pero nandito naman ang kanilang core players na sina Cruz, Hinogan, Bayani, and Malaga. Coach is keeping his faith up and trusting his players to do their thing dahil sabi nga ni Coach, sila ay naglalaro ng may apoy sa kanilang mga puso. Cholo and Kyle.
Thank you very much, CJ, for that report. And again, just like Biñan, Pasig is also missing 2 players, but I believe that's gonna be having more of an effect in the side of Biñan because they're missing 4 or 5 players compared to only 2 of Pasig.
Oo, no? And key players pa yung nawawala. And at such an important juncture here in the tournament. But of course, that's part of being a coach. You have to be able to adjust kung ano man ang pyesa na binibigay sa'yo. No? You have to be able to work with what you have. And of course, that's what practice is for. And you have to give confidence to your other players as well na pag tinawag sila and they're given minutes, at least they'll be able to perform under certain circumstances.
And again, Biñan's players not available due to commitments, whether it's academic or outside academics. But right now, it's Russell Bayani, the former MVP. First one is good for Russell.
Especially during this Christmas season, no? Yun nga, aside from academic commitments to other school-based teams or yun nga, kung may mga family gatherings man kayo, sometimes you really have to prioritize that, especially during the holiday season. So a lot of things you have to consider, a lot of factors that can come into play, but that's the part of the game.
Peralta, that's good. Two-point lead for Tatak Gel. Pasig with a possession. Messias, the pull-up, no good for CJ. He tried to get it back, they won't. On the floor, here comes Garcia. He finds Angot. Outside pass, Peralta, mid-range jumper, no good. They try to get it back, and they do. Peralta, offensive rebound. Levin Malaka, the spin, puts one up. He'll be shooting 2 from the line after drawing a foul.
A lot of ticky-tack fouls from Pasig right now, swiping down at the ball. When someone's taking a shot, you have to just try and put your hands up and play honest defense. And if the person misses, they miss, and you try to get that rebound. But you are bailing them out whenever you see the ball. Tapos tinatry mong sundutan. And that's just gonna give the referees a reason to blow their whistle.
First one is good for Levin Malaka. Looking to be perhaps one of the main guards of today's game aside from JP Panelo. Second one is good. Make that 4 points for him. 4-point lead for the Takjel. Over a minute passing by in our second chapter. Mesias has it. Intano to the right side. Hinogin. Jab step. Will use the pick from Manabo. Intano will try from deep. Still not going in for Intano. They get it back. Great hustle that time. Coming from Hinogin. But he'll draw a foul. 2 freebies will be going on for him.
So one of the smallest players on the floor just walking into the paint to try and battle for that offensive rebound. You can't have that if you're Biñan. You have to put a body on everyone. And that's the tough thing of being in his own defense. Now sometimes you forget to put a body, especially when you're trying to get a rebound.
And I will be turning it over to CJ Yang for a report.
Thank you, Cholo. Head coach of the Biñan Tatak Gel, Coach Mac Arzola, is not so happy as he is missing most of his key players, namely Felipe, who is already out of the country, Dimaano, Cabonillas, and Burgos, who are prioritizing school right now. Sabi naman ni Coach na hindi sila mawawala ng pag-asa dahil alam nila na kaya pa din nilang manalo even without their stars and surely set the tone for Game 1. Cholo and Kyle.
Thank you. Thank you very much, CJ, for that report. And it's good to see Biñan having all that confidence despite, again, the circumstances not necessarily going to their way. Speaking of Biñan, they have possession and they are up by 4. But that time, Malaga erases that shot from De Guzman.
For a shot blocker like Malaga, you have to be able to use the pump fake every so often. And for De Guzman, you have to try and show that ball and get Malaga off his feet. You know, gigil na mag-block ng mga shots yan.
Peralta has it. To the right side, Malaka for 3. It's good from downtown. Make it a 5-point lead for the Takjel. Make that 7 points for Levin Malaka. Meanwhile, Bayani inside. Steps out of bounds. Possession will go back to Biñan. And here comes Tatak Gel. Angot. Top of the key. Outside pass. Right wing 3. Won't work for them. Rebound. 30 Malaga.
Both teams in a zone right now, and that's been the reason why both Biñan and Pasig have hoisted up a lot of three-pointers already here in the first half.
Inside find. 30 Malaga. Will lose the basketball. Bayani tried to save it, but it goes out of bounds. Possession will go to Biñan Tatak Gel.
And even in their first matchup back in September 15, no, both teams shot a total of around 52 three-pointers combined. 31 three-point attempts for Biñan, 21 three-point attempts for Pasig. So you know that they're really trying to get those threes to fall. Not the best percentage. They only shot 19%, both of them, in that previous game. So we'll see if they can try to up those numbers here today.
And that'll be much more important considering, again, the stakes of this game. This is game 1 of a quarterfinals playoff matchup. De Guzman off the mark. They get it back. Godoy trying to go to work. But gets fouled. 2 freebies will be given to the former FEU baby Tamarao.
Dagdagan got caught trying to fight for that loose ball. Unfortunately, Godoy had a better hold on it. And there were 3 blue shirts around Godoy. So you don't really need to try and swipe at the ball, no? You have to just put your hands up because even if he does attempt a shot, there's going to be 3 of you there to contest it anyway. So the percentages are going to be lower for Godoy to make it. But if you're just going to put him at the foul line again, it's just going to be 2 easy free throws.
2 out of 2 for Jeremy Godoy. He averages close to 9 points and 4 rebounds. So certainly he's going to be a big boost to the roster of Biñan Tatak Gel. So far, leading for Biñan is John Patrick Panelo with 13 points. On the other side, it's Bayani with 6 points. Meanwhile, Roldan loses it. Mesias drops it. Great find. That's going to be a foul called on Biñan.
Great decision there by CJ Mesias to drop it off to Malaga at the very last second. Another offensive rebound for him. Could have taken that shot. Saw the defense contesting it. Buti na lang andun si Malaga for that drop pass.
30 Malaga will go to the line as Biñan is up by 7. A chance to minimize it for 30. First one is good for the current UE Red Warrior. So bale, home court niya pala to, no?
Oo. The UE family, of course, Tanduay being backed by the Tanduay group.
Perhaps the reason he made 2 out of 2 of his freebies and cuts the lead of Biñan to just 5. As we have almost 4 minutes passing by an hour, Chapter 2. Still a close one. No team really having a big lead over the other. Meanwhile, the scoop shot, no good. Malaga the rebound. Hinogin in transition. But he'll step on the brakes. He'll try to find a teammate. Finds Mesias outside. He attacks. Another send out. Malaga kicks it to Hinogin. Almost lost it. Hinogin at the right corner. Nowhere to go. Get fouled. Tough break for Joshua Lugma.
Got a little excited there. It was Joshua Lugma. Was playing good defense initially.
Hinogin will try. Change his mind. Sends it out. Great pass from Mesias. And the roll down, hindi naman siya pinahiya. What a pass that time from CJ Mesias. He made that one a while ago. Unfortunately, Malaga did not make it. Good thing this time Roldan hindi pinahiya itong si CJ Mesias with a short stab. Timeout is called. We'll be back for more action. Back to the action here after a Nature Spring timeout. The #1 bottled water in the Philippines. Tatak Gel up by 3. That's Levin Malacca. Lugma has it. Trying to find a teammate. The pick sends it out. Malacca for 3. Won't hit. Offensive rebound by Angot. Outside again to Malacca. Inside. The fadeaway by Godoy. That's good. Biñan up by 3. Roldan to the right side. Hinogin. Couple of fakes. Inside. Another send out. Roldan will fire. No good. Rebound by Angot.
Still not shooting a great percentage from 3 or Pasig, no? Although they have had some open looks, it's just not been falling for them here in the first half.
Joshua Lugma will register from that baseline.
And that's what Biñan's been doing a better job of, no? They've been mixing up their looks on offense, not just from the perimeter, but also from the mid-range and also in the paint.
And because of that, Biñan now has a 7-point lead. I believe that's the biggest of this game. And here comes Angot. He is running against Malaga. And a foul will be called on Pasig. 2 freebies will be given to Angot after a intense collision.
And the most impressive thing that happened in that sequence, no, yung reaction time ng ating cameraman, Kuya Alex, doing his best flash impersonation. Ang bilis ng tayo niya, no, as 2 players were headed towards him. But yun nga, it's very tough to stop Itong si Angot, yes, that's right. Itong si Angot, very tough to stop in transition. Yung foot speed niya, no? Mabilis siya tumakbo and he's also athletic. So it was tough for Malacca to match that foot speed.
2 out of 2 for Mark out. And I believe that's the biggest lead of this game. 8-point lead for the Tatak Gel. And again, coming into this game, they were the team that had the impression of being undermanned. So it's surprising to see them with this kind of a lead. But Malaga will erase that lead, make it just 6 points. Malacca this time, he attacks, up and under move. What a move that time coming from Levin Malacca.
Malaga on one side, Malacca on the other.
The lead is back at 8 points. Malaga retrieves the ball, inside find. Loose ball, Hinogin puts one up. That goes for Jeffy Hinogin.
And the interior passing of Pasig has been very good here in the first half. A lot of extra passes being made, and that's the type of offense you want to see if you're Coach Jay Cruz.
Godoy misfires on the shot. Lead is at 6 for Biñan. Hinogin will fire. Kaboom!
And now Inaugural has been trying that three-pointer since the first quarter. Glad to see he's finally hit from the perimeter.
A 5-point swing for Jeffy Hinogin. Lead is at 3. Lugma draws a foul against Roldan.
Lugma doing a good job of selling the contact there. And even though Roldan had his hands up, Lugma didn't have enough space to land. And as a jump shooter, and as a defender rather, of course you want to give the proper space to the offensive player to land. Otherwise, regardless if you do have your hands up, it's still going to be called a foul.
2 freebies will be given to Lugma. He hit a shot from the right baseline a while ago. Has 2 points so far, make that 3 points with that first freebie going in. So far, Biñan shooting 71% from the line, only missing 4 shots. 2 out of 2 for Joshua Lugma. So Jello Lonte checks in the game, looking to provide some spark off the bench. 5-point lead for Tatak Gel. Inside, Año Nuevo. Outside, Bayani. Stolen by Panelo. Great defense from the young gun. Panelo taking off. Oh, what a move that time from John Patrick Panelo.
The athleticism of this young man in full display, getting that steal with 2 hands, finishing it off himself.
Make that a 7-point lead again for Biñan Tatak Gel as David Cruz checks in the ball game. David Cruz tried to sell that charge, but our officials won't call it. Meanwhile, the switch inside, Makalintal against Cruz. Great recognition of the mismatch. Pasig with his possession. Año Nuevo. Hinogin attacks. Hinogin, that's blocked by Makalintal, but the putback is good from Jeffy. Another steal. Roldan won't go for him. Offensive rebound, puts one up. 2 freebies coming up for Roldan.
And it's the offensive rebounding of Pasig which has allowed them to stay close dito sa Biñan. Even though they've missed some shots from the perimeter, they've been battling it out for those offensive boards. Even the guards of Pasig mixing it up with the big men of Biñan to fight for those loose balls.
First one is good for Von Roldan. Lead is at 5 for Biñan Tatak Gel. Under 2 minutes remaining in our first half. Six-point lead for Biñan Tatak Gel. Panelo crossover move, taking off. Oh my goodness, John Patrick Panelo.
Once Panelo gets a full head of steam, it's difficult to stop once he's cleared for takeoff. No one really on the Pasig side right now even able to contest that shot.
Make that 17 points for John Patrick Panelo. Meanwhile, Godoy, he got blocked, but cleans up his own mess. Make it an 8-point lead, or rather a 10-point lead now for Biñan Tatak Gel. Double-digit lead officially for them. And no choice for Coach J. Cruz but to call a nature spraying timeout as we'll take another look. Flight number 29 taking off. John Patrick Panelo again. 17 big points so far. And we'll be back for more action. Back to the action here after a nature spring timeout called by Coach J. Cruz. They're already down by 10 as Biñan outscoring Pasig in this period 26-18. A +8 on that department for the Tatak Gel. And again, leading the charge for them is John Patrick Panelo, 17 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 dimes so far for him. And on the side of Pasig, it's Jevy Hinogin trying to make things happen for them with 12 points, 3 rebounds, and a single dime. Anabo to the other wing. Great passing from them. They swing it around. Almost everybody outside. That's stolen. Godoy rising up and no good. Trying to get it back. Roldan, great hustle. But possession will stay with Biñan.
Well, Pasig needs to take better care of the ball. They've had a number of turnovers already here in the second quarter. And Biñan has been wise enough to take advantage of those turnovers and convert them into fast break points.
And a timeout will be called right here by Coach Mac Arzola. Again, they are up by double digits. A +8 in the scoring for this period. We'll be back for more action. Back to the action here again, 47-37 as we have under a minute remaining in our first half. Once again, the stakes are high. This is game 1 of a best of 3 quarterfinals playoff series. Biñan holding that 4th seed, Pasig holding that 5th seed. Biñan right now with a possession. Godoy triggers the inbound, finds Macalintal outside. Godoy at the left wing, he'll attack. That's going to be an offensive foul, illegal pick called on Macalintal.
Macalintal just needs to be more patient when setting that screen. I know he wants to roll right away, but you have to let the defender get past you first before you start to make that move.
Hinogin has a basketball. Roldan. That's good on the one-hander. Lead is cut down to 8 by Pasig. But Biñan still in the driver's seat. As we have 18 seconds remaining. Panelo up against fellow number 1 scorer for their team, Jevy Hinogin. Panelo will fire from deep. No good for JP. Godoy gets it back, puts one up. No good. Still no good on the second try. No good on the third try as well. And that's it for our first half. It's 47-39. Biñan on top in the driver's seat, but only by 8 points. Once had a double-digit lead, but Pasig able to erase it just in time, just before our second period ends. And we'll be back for our second half. Once again, this is the one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League.
Taas noo kahit kanino, walang ibang sinisigaw ang masang Pilipino. Bumagsak, bumangon, hinarap ang mga hamon, hanggang ang kahirapan tuluyan nating matalo.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL would like to thank Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang Cassava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, Pound for Pound Fitness, B Ligaretti, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear, Wing Bowl, it's like coming home, Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes.
Mga kaliga, kasama po natin ngayon ang assistant coach ng Pasig Servants, Coach Arvin CJ De La Peña. Coach Arvin, despite Biñan missing most of their key players, Pasig was still challenged big time. What areas do you see, Coach, that needs to change to bring Pasig back up in the second half?
Yes, ngayon na pinag-uusapan namin coaches is yung adjustment ng defense, no? Kung paano namin i-stop yung mga point guards nila and yung transition offense nila. So with the absence din ng mga offense players namin, nahirapan din kaming shumot.
Coach, meron po ba kayong gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Yes, una-una si God, syempre thank you po. Tapos sa family ko, and thank you to our franchise and team owner, Colonel Neil Estrella, and Pasig City Mayor and Councilor Volta sa suporta po. Team Manager Ma'am Elizabeth Cruz, and sa mga sponsors po namin, Corsa, KHI, Star Security Group, Asia Now, Eco Green Technology, 3MD Logistic, Grid Printing, and of course, Escrita Family, BNK, MBFF, Coral, Ocampo Fam, and sa lahat ng coaches po.
Thank you and good luck po sa inyong team, Coach. Magbabalik po kami.
Taas noo kahit kanino, walang ibang sinisigaw ang masang Pilipino. Bumagsak, bumangon, hinarap ang mga hamon, hanggang ang kahirapan tuluyan nating matalo.
And at the half, it's 47-39. Again, an 8-point gap in favor of Biñan Tatak Gel. And so far, Biñan able to outscore Pasig in both the first and second periods. And so far, leading the charge for them is John Patrick Panelo, flight number 29 with 17 points. Followed by Levin Malaca with 9 points and Jeremy Godoy with 6. And on the other side, Pasig, leading the charge for them is Inaugural with 12, Bayani has 6, Roldan has 5.
Yes, 47-39 right now in favor of Biñan Tatak Gel. 44% field goal shooting compared to Pasig's 39%. Both teams not shooting particularly well from three-point country. 3 out of 10 for Biñan, 4 out of 18 naman for Pasig. Sa rebounding department, even tayo, no? Even though Biñan is a bit undersized, they are fighting for those rebounds. Sa assist department naman, Pasig is up by 3, 14-11. But here's the turnovers. This is where Pasig has had some trouble. 11 compared to Biñan's 7.
And again, still a long game ahead of us. An eternity of basketball still to be played. And so far, Pasig actually holding their own against the very stacked Biñan Tatak Gel. Although again, Biñan missing a key players, namely Luke Felipe, which is out of the country. Charles Di Maano out of town. And Mark Burgos and Willem Cabonillas taking exams at FEU today. So again, our players not available due to commitments, both academics, whether it may be exams or be vacations. And again, that's foreseen because, again, it's the holidays. So that's going to be one challenge for Biñan, not only for Biñan actually, but for every team in our junior MPBL. And for Pasig as well, they're missing 2 players, namely George Diamante and SJ Moore. But let's see what will happen. Looks like it'll be still an entertaining game.
Mga bigatin din yung mga nawawala from both teams. But luckily for them, players have stepped up. No? And right now, even though undersized and undermanned nga itong Biñan, they are leading at the half. And then CJ's halftime interview, yung defense ng Pasig, ang sinasabi nilang kailangan nilang i-adjust here in the second half. Yung transition defense nila in particular, that's where I've seen that they've had a bit of trouble. Every time they turn the ball over, itong Biñan wastes no time on going into that fast break. Led by itong si Panelo and his teammates as well. Itong sila Godoy, they've been running the break very well.
Meanwhile, Malaga out of bounds. That shot was overcooked by Dagdagan.
And that's one other thing that Pasig really needs to address here in the second half. That's already their 12th turnover, and that was an unforced error, no? There was no defensive pressure really in that possession, but still, those passes have to be better and more crisp para hindi naaagaw or basta-basta na lang na ibabalik yung possession dito sa Biñan.
Right now, Pasig a chance to redeem themselves. Hinogin unable to hit the three. Anabo offensive rebound. He'll attack. He puts one up, and that's good for Emmanuel Anabo.
Soaring Falcon, soaring over everyone that time, getting an offensive rebound.
The lead is at 6. Panelo has it. He'll fire. No good for Panelo. And a foul will be called on Pasig. Possession will stay with Biñan. I believe that will be called on Cruz.
Yes, on that box out. Cruz got called for the loose ball foul. But even though David got called for that foul, you like to see that even the guards of Pasig are fighting for those rebounds.
Johan Makalintal outside. And that's stolen right here. In transition, Dagdagan. That's out of bounds. So possession back to Biñan. A dodged bullet right there for them.
That's right, and that's another turnover. Turnover number 13 for Pasig. Dagdagan had 2 defenders on him. Could have opted to slow it down a bit, maybe wait for some of his teammates.
Jeremy brings it down. Godoy drops it to Makalintal. He picks it up, will lose it. Rebound picked up by Malaga. Anabo at the right side finds Malaga at the baseline. Outside spray. David Cruz will fire. No good for David. Rebound by De Guzman. JP Panelo in a rush. Almost lost it. Will step on the brakes. De Guzman. Back to Panelo. JP Panelo. The fake. No good on the shot. Out of bounds. Possession will go back to Pasig. 47-41, 6-point lead for the Takjel. Cruz, Dagdagan, Anabo at the right side. He'll attack right baseline, will lose the basketball. Great defense from Biñan. Godoy in transition. Godoy puts one up.
Once again, the transition defense of Pasig being challenged by Biñan. There were 4 players already for Pasig who were in the painted area, but most of them had their backs turned, not ready for that transition attack by Godoy.
First one for Jeremy. It's good. 7-point lead for Biñan, a chance to make it 8 points. That's no good. 1 out of 2 for Godoy. Rebound picked up by Malaga. David Cruz manning the point guard position. Anabo will fire. No good from downtown. Dagdagan. Great hustle from him. Hinogin will fire. Still not falling for them. 30 try to save it, but that's out of bounds. Possession will go to Takjel.
And Pasig once again has been forcing that 3-pointer to fall, and when it's not there, you have to find other ways to score. And that's precisely why Biñan Tatak hasn't switched up their defense. No? They were still in a 1-3-1 zone because up to now, hindi pa rin naka-adjust ang opensa nitong Pasig.
Godoy. No good on the pull-up. Makalintal gets it back. Outside spray. Alonte for 3. No good for Jello. David Cruz forward spray. Out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Servants. So almost 4 minutes passing by in our third period. Pasig with his possession. Malaga inside. Bayani. No one was there to pick him up.
Oh, great interior passing from Malaga to Bayani. You have to be wary and aware of where the inbounder is at all times.
Biñan. No good for Makalintal. 5-point lead for them. And here comes Pasig. Cruz. What a move. David Cruz, no good. Follow-up still no good from Malaga. Third time's not the charm for them. And a foul will be called. Possession will go to Biñan.
A missed opportunity there. Malaga was very open underneath the basket. Tried to rush that shot.
And now we turn it over to CJ Ang for a report.
Thank you, Cholo. Levin Malaka of the Biñan Tatak Gel, a homegrown player from the Perpetual Biñan, shared that hindi man sila nakakapag-ensayo, alam niya na kaya nilang manalo with their familiarity with each other. He also shared his past experience playing in their mother league wherein he wasn't able to shoot the winning shot and losing the game. Sabi niya na if it happens again, hindi na siya kakabahan at masushoot na daw niya ang bola as he learned from that mistake. Cholo and Kyle.
Thank you very much, CJ, for that report. And indeed, it's unfortunate that he wasn't able to sink that last-minute shot. Nonetheless, you know, safe to say every day is a new opportunity.
Oh, that's a part of the journey of a basketball player. You will really have to go through those both those ups and downs for you to be able to learn and grow. And I'm sure those experiences will bode well for him moving forward in his career.
Ball is back with the Tatak Gel as they are up by 5. 5 minutes remaining. Levin Malaka has it. Up against Mesias. He'll attack. He'll put one up. Oh my goodness.
Biñan Tatak still in a 1-3-1 zone.
CJ Mesias, a potential 4-point play. All gourds for him.
That could open things up offensively for Pasig here. Not the best shooting percentage from three-point land, but CJ Mesias knocking it down for that pound-for-pound fitness foul counted play of the day. This 4-point play, if he makes his free throw, could swing the momentum back to Pasig.
Unfortunately, he misses that nonetheless. Pasig only down by 4 points. Godoy. Biñan taking their time. Godoy against Malaga. He slips, but a foul will be called on 30 Malaga.
That will put them in the penalty, so it will be free throws after this. After these next fouls, it will be free throws for Biñan, and looks like Malaga is still on the floor.
Over 4 minutes remaining in our third period.
So that was Godoy, rather, who was fouled.
So Panelo will trigger the inbound. Try to find Godoy. Hit Bayani. But I believe it will still stay with Biñan Tatak Gel.
Looks like the players of Pasig taking that halftime message to heart. Really a lot more aggressive on the defensive end of the floor.
The attack, Malaka drops it. Garcia. Another foul called on Pasig.
Just a split second late on that rotation is David Cruz, and that will be more free throws here for Garcia.
So Garcia will shoot 2 from the line.
Misses on that first one.
Him and Levin Malaka playing for Perpetual help Biñan Saints. Second one on its way for Garcia. Goes 0 out of 2. Nevertheless, 4-point lead still for Biñan. Pasig has the possession. Dagdagan outside, Roldan will fire. That's money for Von Roldan.
few possessions ago, it was Messias. Now Roldan chipping in, hitting another three-pointer.
And just like that, the lead's at 1. Only for Biñan. Panelo with a nutmeg. What a move that time from JP Panelo nonetheless. 2 freebies will be given for Panelo.
Panelo bringing street ball to the junior MPBL D-League, doing his best Trey Young impersonation there.
First freebie for Panelo. He plays for the Olivares College Sea Lions. Him, Angot, and Tree actually.
Olivares, one of the better collegiate programs in the South that we've had here in the country, produced a number of professional players already.
3-point lead for Biñan after those freebies. Over 3 minutes remaining in our third period. Messias, no good for CJ, rebound Garcia.
Well, that was a good line on that three-pointer, just a bit strong for CJ.
Levin Malacca drops it out, one-hander. That's too strong. Hinogin at the right wing. Von Roldan, Malaga, nowhere to go outside. CJ will attack, CJ sidestep finish. Unable to hit it. Malaga still not falling in for them. A lot of chances for Pasig. But they fumble those chances.
And Malacca holding on to his elbow. Not exactly sure what happened there. Mukhang namanhid or he's trying to check on his hand right now, and he's holding on to his right elbow. Trying to get the feeling back, no? He's baka na kuryente lang, or hopefully he gets the check back into this ball game. He's played very good here for Biñan.
First freebie is good for Von Roldan. Has been playing good so far in this game. So far has 9 points and 5 rebounds. As Pasig only down by 2. A chance to make it 1 with this freebie. 2 out of 2 for Roldan. So make that 10 points already for Von Roldan plus 5 rebounds. Panelo able to draw another foul. So that means 2 freebies for the Tatak Gel.
Well, you like that Pasig has switched up their defense. No? They're a lot more aggressive now, even implementing a full court press. But that was simply not a good foul for Roldan, 90 feet away from the basket.
JP Panelo with 19 points in this game, 3 rebounds and 2 dimes. Make that 20 points with that first freebie cashing in for him.
Earlier we were asking who would step up for this Biñan Tatak Gel team with the absence of some of their key players. Panelo stepping up to the plate.
Second one on its way for the current Olivares Sea Lion. 2 out of 2 for him. 3-point lead for the Tatak Gel. Pasig with an opportunity. Hinogin, outside spray, Messias, mid-ranger. No good for CJ. Bayani offensive rebound. Puts one up, still not falling for them. They get it back one more time. Still not going in for Jevi Hinogin. There seems to be a call.
Even shots from point blank not falling for Pasig. It's just not been that day for them offensively. Although they have been doing a good job of crashing the offensive glass, they haven't always been able to convert those putbacks. Luckily for Hinogin, he will take 2 free throws. Correction, that was not a shooting foul, as the foul happened on the floor as Hinogin tried to battle for that loose ball. Nevertheless, ball will stay with Pasig.
Bayani, baseline inbound. Sends it to Roldan. To the other side, Messias. He'll fire for 3. No good for CJ. Panelo, no foul call. Mesias with a steal. Him and Panelo fighting for the basketball. But a foul. I believe that's called on Panelo.
Well, that was not the best shot selection for CJ, taking a three-pointer with the defender in his face. But a good job of trying to get that loose ball back. And CJ will head back to the bench in favor of Anabo.
Still a 3-point gap. Biñan still in the driver's seat. Under 2 minutes remaining in our third chapter. Hinogin this time bringing down the basketball. The pick from Malaga. Hinogin. Won't go in for him. Rebound, Jeremy Godoy. Jeremy inside pass. Back to him. Stolen right here by Roldan. They almost lose it. Anabo picks it up. Out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Servants. Hinogin to the right side. Anabo will fire. No good for Eman Anabo.
A lot of Pasig's three-pointers here today have just been short, and they've taken three-pointers in front of defenders. No, they're not necessarily open shots.
No good from Panelo on that three-point attempt. Meanwhile, Bayani on the other side against Panelo. Puts one up. Big boy moves for Russell Bayani.
Russell Bayani doing a good job leaking out. As soon as he saw Anabo get that rebound, he was off to the races. Nothing Panelo could do there.
Only a 1-point lead for Biñan. Godoy. That's Angot getting called for an illegal pick. So Erlan Nuevo checks in for 30 Malaga. David Cruz back in the game as well. Not the biggest lineup for Pasig. Stolen by Panelo.
That's right, both Anabo and Malaga on the bench right now. Pasig opting to go small to try and match the speed of Biñan.
Meanwhile, Godoy finding an opening inside, great backdoor cut.
And that's what happens when you try to go small ball, no? Not a rim protector in sight right now for the Servants.
Shot clock is off, 9 seconds remaining. 3-point lead for Biñan. Bayani on the floor. Hinogin. He'll fire a three. All chords for Jeffy Hinogin. And that's the end of our third period. Just before the time ends, Jeffy Hinogin ties this game up at all 56. And so far, I believe that's 15 big points for Jeffy Hinogin. And we'll be back for the fourth period. Once again, this is the one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League. Back to the action here at the Tanduay Gymnasium in Manila City. Again, it's a tied game at 56 as we enter the fourth period. And if this doesn't scream intense to you, I don't know what else will. Pasig able to outscore Biñan in that third period 17-9. Perhaps the reason why we have a deadlock at 56 after Pasig trailing by 10 points, or rather that's 8 points during the halftime period. And so far leading the charge for the Servants is no other than Jeffy Hinogin with 15 points.
And like the defensive adjustment that Pasig has made in that third quarter, limiting the transition baskets of Biñan. And Biñan has had a lot of fast break points, especially in the first half whenever they would get the ball or force a turnover from Pasig. But this time in the third quarter, Pasig sprinting back on defense, not allowing Biñan to get easy looks.
We start the fourth period with this Biñan Tatak gel possession. Leading the charge for them is John Patrick Panelo with 21 points. Meanwhile, to start the fourth, a three-pointer nabbed in. That's from Tria. Just like that, a three-point lead is handled by Biñan.
Pasig still having a small lineup here on the floor with both Anabo and Malaga on the bench. CJ Macias set to check back in. CJ Macias played very well today, hitting some three-pointers, even getting a potential four-point play earlier.
Meanwhile, CJ has it outside. Cruz looking for a teammate to the left corner. Jeffy Hinogin. Nowhere to go. 3 seconds remaining. Cruz will fire. No good for David Cruz. Rebound by De Guzman. Hinogin gets a steal. He'll try from deep. All chords for Jeffy Hinogin.
Oh, that's gonna hurt for Biñan. You give up the ball and then give up a three-pointer right after that. Not the best sequence there for Tatak Gel.
Bayani, great patience, unable to sink the shot.
And I would credit the presence of De Guzman in the paint, even though Bayani already got the initial defender off his feet. Just the presence of De Guzman there bothered that shot just enough.
Jeremy Godoy, a fadeaway in transition is good. 2-point lead for Biñan. Messias up top. The pick from Anuevo. That's rejected. Meanwhile, Hinogin, the reverse, no good. Bayani, put back is good.
Bayani plays bigger than his height. No? Used to be playing inside the paint when he was still playing for the 18 and under division. But kita mo pa rin yung na-comfortable siya inside the shaded area, even though he's a bit shorter now compared to his other teammates.
And yet again, we have a tied game at 61 with under 2 minutes passing by in our fourth period. Hinogin, the pick from Anuevo. Outside spray, Bayani for three. He overcooks it. Anuevo, no good at the putback attempt. Rebound, Bayangot. Stolen by Dagdagan. Dagdagan, the pull-up, no good for him. Another offensive rebound by Pasig. Jeffy Hinogin, no good. Bayani, one more try. Finally goes in for him. Big boy moves for the Little Beast.
Helter-skelter basketball there for both teams. A lot of loose balls and a lot of offensive rebounds, but Bayani not to be denied there, going to the line for an and one.
So far, Russell Bayani with 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists in this game. The little beast in his form. But unable to sink the shot. Nonetheless, 2-point lead for the Servants. Panelo drops it. Godoy backing down Dagdagan. Godoy inside, drops it to Makalintal. That's a foul called on the Servants. That's 5 fouls already for Rowan Dagdagan. Tallied 2 points, 4 rebounds, and a single dime in this game. As Jeremy Godoy will now go to the line. First one is no good for Jeremy Godoy. But they'll have a chance to cut the lead to just 1 for Pasig. So far he has 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 dimes. 12 points for him, 1 out of 2 from the line. Jeffy Hinogin has it. Drops it. Great find. Von Roldan. Great recovery.
Well, Pasig has just been quicker to the ball here in the second half, getting those 50-50 balls that can determine who will be the winner of this game. Panelo once again, a nightmare in transition.
So far, 12 points for Von Roldan. After that bucket previously. And this time it's John Patrick Panelo. Another chance to minimize the lead. So far has 21 points in this game plus 6 rebounds in 2 times. First one is good for Panelo. Second one on its way for JP Panelo. 2 out of 2, make that 23 big points for him.
We are going down the wire, and just like in their first matchup back in September, it's going to be a close one.
Hinogin. Couple of moves, spin move, fade away, no good for him. Mesias gets it back. Passing another opportunity. Mesias, the fake. Outside swing, Roldan for 3. No good. De Guzman finally secures the rebound for Biñan. But still, Pasig up by 1. A chance to take the lead. Malaka, no good in the lane. Roldan in transition. Relaxes. Finds Anabo. No good from downtown. Rebound Makalintal.
I'm glad to see Malaka back into this ball game after suffering an injury earlier with his arm.
Meanwhile, Hinogin hustling for the basketball. Great fight to Manuel Anabo, but he loses it.
Anabo hasn't had the best game, no? You would expect a little more from someone who is actively playing college basketball, but just not his best offensive performance. Nevertheless, Pasig is still up by 1. Anabo goes back to the bench in favor of Bayani.
So far, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 dimes. Tallied by Manu Anabo. But right now it's CJ Mesias at the line. A chance to put himself in double figures. First freebie, it's no good. So far has 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 dimes. Second one on its way for the former LSGH Greenie. He was teammates with David Cruz during his junior stint. 1 out of 2 for CJ.
CJ Mesias can definitely be a contributor for any collegiate team right now if anyone needs his services. Playing very well here today for the Pasig Servants.
Meanwhile, no good for flight number 29. But that's another foul called on Pasig. So 4 fouls called on Malaga. Only 1 more foul to give for the Servants in this period. Actually, same with their opponents Biñan, as they'll have possession. Godoy, Makalintal, heel attack, drops it. Great fight to De Guzman. Great execution for Biñan.
Great decision there by Makalintal, dropping off that ball at the very last second.
Hinogin no good on the pull-up.
Things getting a little chippy now down low. Makalintal boxing out Bayani. Malaga still also on the floor for Pasig.
Our officials asking for a replay. As we have a tied game again at 66. We have over 5 minutes remaining in our 4th period. 30 Malaga finally standing up. I believe gotten hit on the face. Nevertheless, our teams going to their respective benches. 3D Malaga so far has 4 points only in this game but has 10 rebounds and 1 dime.
Really being the main focal point, at least in the paint, for the Pasig Servants, as we saw that loose ball. Battling for that loose ball rather. Parehong tumumba itong si Russell Bayani and si 3D Malaga.
So far, both teams scoring 10 points in this quarter. And so far, that's 3 players in double figures for Biñan, namely Panelo, Malaka, and Godoy. The Servants also having 2 players, or rather 3 players in double figures, with Hinogin, Bayani, and Roldan. CJ Macias has 9 points. And a foul called on Biñan. That's called on Johan Makalintal, so possession will stay with the Servants. (16 to shoot for Pasig. Bayani, baseline inbound. He'll trigger it. Finds Macias outside. Thought about the 3. Nowhere to go. He dives for it. Finds Jevi Hinogin. Drops it. Bayani, the fake. Puts one up. Great execution for the Servants.
Initially, great defense there from Biñan, but CJ Macias diving for that loose ball, and in that scramble, Hinogin making the right read on offense.
2-point lead for Pasig. Levin Malaka has it outside. De Guzman thought about the 3. He'll attack. What a move that time! Coming from Cedric De Guzman.
Great use of the Pinoy step there to evade 2 defenders. De Guzman tying this ball game again.
And I wonder how many ties we have in this game. Meanwhile, that's gonna change as Bayani, another 2-point lead for Pasig.
It's just tough right now for Palermo to guard Bayani in the post. Bayani a little heftier than Palermo.
No good that time. That's 14 big points for Russell Bayani. No good for Hinogin. Technical foul will be called on Jevi Hinogin.
And that's the second infraction for Hinogin in faking a foul, which will be a technical. Technical free throw here for Panelo. These are the types of incidences that you would like to avoid, especially in a close ball game like this. No, Hinogin really didn't need to try selling that call, just focus on hitting that shot. Fortunately, Panelo misses that free throw.
Biñan nevertheless having another opportunity. 4 minutes remaining in our 4th and final chapter. Again, the stakes are high. This is game 1 of a quarterfinals playoff series. Panelo puts one up, gets blocked by Malaga. Pasig in transition, 2-on-2 situation. Hinogin, what a move that time! Now you see me, now you don't.
In and out to a spin move, fading away off the glass. Hinogin showing us how deep his bag is.
4-point lead for Pasig, a 2-possession lead for them. And after a lot of ties in this game, that's a little bit of a cushion in favor of the Servants as we take another look. Jevi Hinogin putting his opponents in a torture chamber.
Nothing he could do after that shot but smile.
This time, that's no good from Godoy. They try to get it back. They do, but that's a miss. And a chance for Pasig to extend their cushion. Roldan, the blitz on him. Finds Hinogin on the other side. Inside, Bayani. That's 20 points already for Russell Bayani, along with 5 rebounds and 4 dimes. We'll take another look. Jeffy Hinogin locating the open Russell Bayani inside. And we'll be back after this nature spring timeout. Back to the action here. Make it a 6-point lead for the Servants after that big time Russell Bayani short stab. Meanwhile, Johan Makalintal stops the bleeding for the Takjel.
A much needed basket there for Biñan Tatak. They've gone cold from the field in these past few possessions.
Mesias for 3. Kaboom!
Could have been another 4-point play opportunity for CJ Mesias. Nevertheless, hits that 3-pointer to extend this lead to 7.
Meanwhile, what a location coming from Jeffy Hinogin to the open Von Roldan.
Hinogin has just been making the right reads, especially when they are in transition, finding his open teammates for easy baskets.
Make it a 9-point lead for the Servants. Malaka inside Makalintal against Bayani. He'll put one up. He'll draw the foul. 2 freebies coming up for Johan Makalintal.
Makalintal, just a big body down low. Really difficult to stop him one-on-one.
So far, it's 7 points, 8 rebounds, 3 dimes for Johan Makalintal. As again, I believe he's the only legit big in this Biñan roster, at least for this game. As first freebie goes in for him. We're nearing the 2-minute mark. Every point counts for both teams. Both teams no more fouls to give. Second freebie on its way for Johan Makalintal. 2 out of 2 for him. Much needed free throws for the Takjel. Last 2 minutes brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. And things getting a little chippy. This is Junior MPBL D-League Playoff Basketball at its finest.
We all know how important these ball games are. Neither team wanting to give an inch. Kita natin dito, no? That previous screen by Malaga. Panelo not liking it one bit. Our referee's quick to try and control the action here before things get out of hand. And there we see Malaga and Panelo. That was a hard screen indeed coming from Malaga. Natamaan sa ulo doon itong si Panelo, and he was quick to get back up there from that vantage point. It didn't look like anything intentional from Malaga. You could argue that he extended his forearms just a bit. But since there was no call from our officials, no, yung reaction ni Panelo talaga yung mapapansin doon. There we see that hard screen. Malaga just walking back to their side of the floor. Panelo getting in his face.
And that's actually a great point right there, because even though he had the intention, Malaka prevented him from doing anything. So is there an implication to that? Will there be a call because of that reaction?
That's precisely what our officials are looking at. No? They're taking their time, seeing what transpired there sa ating instant replay area there. I think ang tinitingnan lang talaga nila is yung side ni Malaga if he extended his arms doon sa screen. Initially, there was no call. But yun nga, of course, yung reaction ni Panelo yung nakita natin. Here again, a different angle.
So at least for me, I don't think that was intentional. Or am I wrong? Nevertheless, our officials will be the one to decide what will be the verdict.
Of course, Panelo feels differently about the situation kasi siya yung napuruhan. But if you're from the Pasig side naman, it looked as if Malaga was just protecting himself. Of course, as you give a screen, no, you have to protect yourself then by putting your arms in front of you. It didn't look from that angle like Malaga extended his arms or nilabas niya yung tuhod niya, which caused the Panelo to fall down. But titignan natin.
Oh, that's a big development. Again, Panelo did not even do anything. He just reacted. And that alone gave him an unsportsmanlike call.
And there we go. No call whatsoever on the part of Malaga. So our officials deemed it as a clean screen. And yung reaction ni Panelo, of course, nasaktan siya doon. So he did not like it. That reaction warranted a technical, which is capitalized with a free throw from Hinogin. And with only a minute and 56 seconds remaining, this is a big development. Even though 1 point lang yung naidagdag, the momentum is now with Pasig. And we'll see what type of composure Biñan has if they'll be able to get back into this ball game. Still a lot of time, no need to rush. They just need to execute on offense and, of course, get the necessary defensive stops.
Indeed, Biñan with the ultimate test. With under 2 minutes remaining in the fourth, they're still up. They're down by a cushion. Godoy for three. No good. They get it back. De Guzman, big time shot from Cedric De Guzman. Cuts the lead to 6 for Pasig. Meanwhile, Jeffy Hinogin outside. Von Roldan inside attack. Oh my goodness. The hang time coming from Von Roldan.
Well, nothing the defense could do there. That was simply a tough shot from Roldan. You have to give it up to him.
No ID, no entry, says 30 Malaga. Right now, Pasig up by 8. It's not looking good. At least for Biñan. Panelo outside pass. Cedric De Guzman attacks. Off the window, 4-point swing for Cedric De Guzman. Make that, I believe, 10 points already for De Guzman. Meanwhile, Von Roldan, 16 points for him. Messias, no good on the shot. Biñan dodging a bullet right there. Panelo attacking. John Patrick Panelo.
That was an offensive foul. Called on Panelo. And CJ Messias challenging that shot at the last second. I guess Panelo was called for warding off as he was attempting that shot. Sayang yun. That would have been an end one.
That's a big development. Not only an end one, could have been a momentum shifting moment for Biñan Tatak Gel. But a timeout will be called by Coach J. Cruz. Again, they're up by 6 points. Quite a big cushion at this point of the game. Under a minute remaining in the fourth. We'll be back for more action. 6-point lead for the Servants. Under a minute remaining in the fourth. Biñan put in a difficult situation. So far, John Patrick Panelo is the one doing the noise for Biñan. But his last basket was deemed no good after an offensive foul called on him as well. But this time, Jeremy Godoy getting called for a foul. And 2 freebies will be given to Jevy Hinogin. Again, both teams and a penalty already. No more fouls to give.
Jevy Hinogin has done a tremendous job here today setting up the offense for the Pasig Servants. He's been doing pretty much everything. Aside from scoring, he has been dishing out a lot of assists and grabbing rebounds as well.
First one is good for Hinogin. He has 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists.
A triple-double alert here for Jevy Hinogin with 51 seconds remaining.
This time, Coach Mac Arzola is the one to call a Nature Spring timeout. They're down by 8 points. It's not looking good for them. However, we'll see what they have in mind. Under a minute remaining, we'll be back for more action.
Shot
14 to shoot on the side of Biñan Tatak Gel. 84 to 76. No good on the shot. Rebound. Picked up by CJ Macias. And then that's stolen immediately by Malaca. And 2 points for Biñan. Coach J. Cruz immediately calls a timeout. As Biñan still down by 6 points. 42 seconds remaining. And we'll be back after this short break. Back to the action here, 14 to shoot for the Servants. They're up by 6. It's looking good for them. But let's see what Biñan has in mind defensively. And a foul will be called right now. That's called on Panelo.
Now Hinogin with a chance to add to his total here today. And if he makes these 2 free throws, that window of opportunity for Biñan will get even smaller.
Not the guy you want to send to the line. Make that 24 points for Jevy Hinogin. I wonder why they didn't foul Russell Bayani initially. Nevertheless, second freebie on its way. 2 out of 2 for Jevy Hinogin, 25 points for him. Godoy on a rush. Sends it to the other side. Malaca, mid-range jumper. That won't go in. Rebound by 30 Malaga.
And that is going to be it for Biñan in this game.
A little bit of extracurricular activity. And again, this is a playoff game, so we expect it to have a little bit of chippiness. But right now, we have 34, another less than 20 seconds remaining in the game. Let's see what exactly happened to the blitz on 30 Malaga. And then Panelo, I believe, tried to get the basketball but hit 30 Malaga on the face. So let's see what our officials have to say about that, as we'll take another look on the replay. Again, Panelo, I believe, tried to swipe for the basketball. I don't know, you tell me.
Well, it's going to be a judgment call for our officials. I didn't see, well, personally, I didn't see anything malicious there. But of course, our officials have to stay on top of the action as to make the right decisions and right calls here towards the end game, even though the game is pretty much at hand. I mean, the game is pretty much done in favor of Pasig. But it does look like it's going to be a regular foul.
There you have it. So John Patrick Panelo out of the playing court as our officials. A double fist sign. That immediately means a disqualifying foul. Nevertheless, this game is pretty much decided with Pasig leading by 8 points with 21 seconds remaining. But here's 30 Malaga with a second free throw. Makes it. (87-78). Again, it's a 9-point lead. There's one more free throw for Malaga. Won't fall for Malaga. Nevertheless, passing up by 9 points. And they'll have possession. So assuming that Biñan will foul, that's another trip to the line for the Servants. And again, a chance to really ice the game once and for all.
And it doesn't look like Biñan will foul anymore, seeing as they will definitely not have enough time to catch up to a 9-point lead.
And there you have it. The Pasig Servants able to outlast the Biñan Tatak Gel in this close ball game. 87-78. What a game. Throughout the game it was close, but Pasig coming alive of that third period, scoring 17-9. A +8 in that scoring department, and then proceeding to outscore Pasig, or rather Biñan, in that fourth quarter as well, 31-22. That time a +9 in the scoring output. So Pasig, the adjustments in that second half, probably the reason, definitely the reason why they get this Game 1 W. But right now we'll be seeing our next game. It's the San Juan, Batang San Juanites go for gold, going up against the Junior Mandaluyong Microsmith. Once again, this has been Cholo Pangilinan Kyle Sanchez and CJ Yang, and this is the one and only Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League.
Mga kabataan na subok, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino, liga ng bayan ito. Klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay, yeah. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL would like to thank Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang Cassava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, Pound for Pound Fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear, Wing Bowl, it's like coming home, Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes,